Hey everyone, welcome to Roxy Reviews. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. We are going to be reviewing the Love Island USA Season 8 cast and episodes. Now I am aware 4 episodes already have passed, so we're going to be reviewing / my opinion on these episodes. I'm really excited, so grab your snacks, grab you a drink, chow, and sit back and relax while we review this show together. Love Island is one of my favorite shows, y'all, so I'm super excited. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and get into the cast, all right? So I'm just going to do a quick little introduction to them. You probably already know who they are by now, but just to reinform y'all. Okay, so first we have Anaya. She is in the purple bathing suit. She is age 23. She is from Tyrone, Georgia. Now, there was a lot of talk about Anaya's appearance, especially on the photo shoot that she took with Peacock for Love Island. People didn't like how she looked. They did not like how she looked. I will say that on her Instagram, she looked way better than the photos from Love Island. But when I saw her in person, I think that she looked really pretty. I think that her makeup was just kind of off. I don't know. But I will say the photos that Love Island put on, they were giving, she looked old. I'll say it like that. She didn't look ugly. She looked old, in my opinion. It looked like she was maybe a 32-year-old mother. That's how I viewed her. I'm sorry. I didn't think that she looked young and sexy, and no, I think that she looked beautiful, but I didn't get that Love Island feeling when I saw her from the photo shoot. I think that she looks way prettier in the villa. Either way, very pretty woman. Moving right along, we have Beatrice. Okay. She is 25 and she is from San Diego, California. She's in the yellow. She actually won the Olympic USA bronze medal, I believe, which is a very, very cool. Moving right along to Bryce. Bryce is in the yellow shorts, and he is 29 from Los Angeles, California. I don't know how I feel about Bryce. I don't think he's cute. I don't know. I don't like the shape of his jaw. It just sticks out way too much. I know like a lot of girls go crazy over that, but it's just the way it sticks out. It makes me kind of freak out. All right. And then KC, he is 23 from Fresno, California. I get more of a little brother vibe from him. He's not ugly, but just not my type, child. When it comes to Kenzie, she's 24, and I believe she's from, Kennesaw, Georgia. She's in the pink bikini. I think she's cute. I think that she's a little crazy, or maybe not crazy, but she has crazy eyes. Her eyes freak me out a little bit too. So that's Kenzie. And then we have Melanie. She is 24 from Los Angeles, California. She is in that kind of aquamarine-ish in the middle bikini next to Sean and Zach. And she seems really cool. She's a Dominicana. No black. I Dominican, okay? Then we have Sean. He's a cop. He's 29 from Easton, Pennsylvania. Sean's cool. I think he's cool. His smile kind of freaks me out. Like when he smiles really, really, really big, it kind of freaks me out. Not gonna lie. We have Sincere. I think he's cute. I think he's the cutest guy there. He is Cape May, New Jersey, age 25, and he is in the pink shorts. I believe he's Dominican too. And then we have our girl, Trinity. Newport News, Virginia is where she's from. She is 22. She's in a very pretty blue bikini. We have Zach, which is Charlie's little brother. And he is from Birmingham, UK, age 26. Very cute. I think he's cuter than Charlie. I think that with Charlie, his eyes were just too far apart. I think that's what I didn't like about him. And then we have Gabriel. A lot of girls think Gabriel is cute, like my friends. I don't think he's that cute. I think that, I think it's just the way his head is shaped that kind of throws me off. And he's 26 from Miami, Florida. And he was in the, let's see what color, the kind of like bluish shorts, I guess. Oh, yeah, he's a bombshell. He came in as a bombshell. Well, you know what, guys, that's all I'm going to do for now. And then we're going to go ahead and get into the episode and review now that we did a little synopsis of the cast. Okay, you guys, so Anaya and Kenzie meet up. and they're the first ones in the villa. And I thought it was so funny because Kayla on her TikTok was like, oh my gosh, something sounds similar. And it was literally like her and Serena, and they said the exact same thing as Anaya and Kinsey. And I just thought it was so funny. But yeah, they're the first ones in the villa. They seem very happy. Let's move on. So the other girls join them. So Melanie, Beatrice, and Trinity, and they all are getting along. They all look drop dead gorgeous. I love their gowns. I love Melanie and Trinity's gown probably the most. I just like how sparkly it is. Ariana Maddox comes out, and then the boys come out, Sincere and Bryce, and then eventually, of course, all the rest of the boys come in. The girls seem very, very excited. It looks great so far. So now they're just meeting everybody. All the boys and girls are getting along. They're seeing who they're attracted to, who they're not attracted to. And then all of a sudden, it's time to play a little game. So as you can see, the girls are on one side, the boys are on another. And basically, there's questions that they're being asked, and whoever has the same answer opens the door and they kiss. So there was a lot of kissing going on. I remember Beatrice and Sean had a pretty good kiss. Sean and Melanie had a pretty good kiss. Excuse me. I believe Sean and what's her name, Anaya, had a pretty good kiss. And everybody is just kissing, kissing, kissing. And then eventually they get coupled up. So the official couples of Love Island USA Season 8 as of the first episode were Anaya and Casey, Trinity and Bryce, Beatrice and Sean, Kenzie and Zach, and Melanie and Sincere. Okay, and they all seem to be getting along. They all seem to be doing great until Charlie has something to say to Kenzie. Girl, look at me saying Charlie. I mean Zach. I'm just gonna start calling Zach Charlie or something because I get them confused. So Zach and Kenzie have a very interesting conversation. They start to talk about stuff, and Zach goes, no, I believe Kenzie's like, what's your type or whatever? And Zach is like, I usually go for dark features. I think he's like, no, you're the first blonde girl I ever talked to or something like that. And Kenzie was shook. She was like, oh my gosh, wow, I can't believe that. And the next morning, so we're going to call night one a wrap, okay? Everyone goes to sleep. They wake up. The boys make the girls breakfast. They have some chats. And Kenzie kind of freaks out a little bit in the morning. She starts crying. And, as a white woman having blonde hair and blue eyes, I'm pretty sure she just felt like, this has never happened to me. Actually, she said that. This has never happened to me. She's probably been everyone's preference. Everyone probably chooses her first. And for Zach to tell her, you know what? No, I want some dark features. And I think that with dark features, she was like, you mean dark hair? And he's like, yeah, I guess. I think that he knew that she meant, or I'm sorry, I think that we all knew that he was referring to women of color, in my opinion. I think that even she knew that. He knew that. I think that's just my opinion, but that's what the vibe was. And so she just had a really, really hard time just taking all that in. Okay, so she has a little bit of a meltdown about that, but moving on. All right, so it's kind of the same concept from the game previously where the boys and the girls are separated. They cannot see each other on the other side. A wall with the doors is like separating them. On the ground here, there is red dots and green dots. And basically, if you want to stay in your current couple, you will step on the green dot. If you do not want to stay in your current couple, you will step on the red dot. Now, Trinity and Bea end up stepping on the red. And Bryce and, of course, Zach end up stepping on the red. Now, I was a little not weirded out, but I was a little shook that Trinity and Bryce stepped on the red. Because whenever I saw them, they were either kissing, cuddling, giggling, flirting. I mean, they were very like, oh, I like you vibes, right? And so I was a little like, oh, kind of shook that they stepped on red, because I was actually starting to like them as a couple. A lot of people say they were trying to be the next Nicole Andrea. I'm not sure. They could have been. I don't know if they were trying to like do that, but I don't know. And then also Bea, of course, she just wants to explore more, and Zach doesn't like Kenzie. And then all of a sudden, Gabriel comes out as a bombshell and he kisses the single girls, both Trinity and Bia. And he scoops them away. And then Kata scoops Zach and Bryce away. And that was pretty much it for episode 1. Episode 2 and 3, you guys, I'm just going to do a brief summary on that. All right, so I'm going to be doing just like a summary of episodes 2 and 3, and that's why I'm using my profile picture as for now, okay? So I'm not going to be using all those pictures because this is going to be kind of quick. So as we all know, Kata is with the boys, and Gabe, the new bombshell, is with the girls. Now, off the bat, Gabe and Bia, they have some sexual tension. They're kissing, they're making out. I think at one point, Gabe was like, I want to kiss you some more. Can I kiss you? And she's like, well, let me refresh or something. Then he just kissed her anyway. And then Trinity and Gabe shared some kisses as well. It seemed like a little something was there with Trinity and Gabe, but just nothing is near as much yet with Bia. When it comes to Kata, Zach, and Bryce, she's definitely feeling more of Zach than she is Bryce. And at one point at night when they were getting ready to go to sleep, Kata was kissing Zach. And then little Bryce over here, like, I want some too, or like, now it's my turn. And she was like, not today. And I'm like, girl, period. Because, boy, if you don't scoot back there all the way at the end of the bed and go to sleep so I can kiss my man, like, you're doing too much. You know what I mean? So that's what happens. And in the morning, the boys make the girls breakfast again. Because Kinsey and Sean realize that their partners are gone, they kind of start to talk to each other and a little action. Not nothing serious, but I think they kind of like, you know, I'm single, you're single. It's like, you know, or not single yet, but, you know, they're people chose somebody else, child. And Sean is shocked, like, I can't believe that happened. Like, we were so good. I can't believe it. And he's kind of like sad or whatever and mopey. And everyone else is getting along just fine, though. And they do end up playing some games where they're like, they have to push each other in the pool. Like, there's little statements or facts about a Love Islander, and whoever the person thinks it is, they push, and they play that little stupid game. And let's just go straight to episode 4, you guys, okay? Because nothing really happens in episode 2 and 3 that's like, oh my gosh, you know, like crazy. Except for, you know, Sean and Kenzie are now single. Before we move on to episode 4, I want to go back to episode 3 really quick. Okay, so as we know, Kata and Gabe are now officially in the villa. And that morning, where the Islanders go to bed and they wake up, Sincere actually pulls Kata for a chat. Then later on that night, excuse me, they're playing that game in the pool where they're pushing the Islanders, who they believe the statement is about. And one of the statements was like, I texted someone when I was in a relationship, and that was Sincere. And Mel did not like that. So this morning, you can tell she has a bit of attitude. She's not really happy that Sincere pulled Kata and the news about him texting other people or cheating or whatever while he's in a relationship. So the girls are chatting, they're getting ready, and Mel tells everyone that she plans on pulling Gabe and Casey for a chat. And I feel like the only reason why she's pulling them for a chat is just because she feels like Sincere might leave her for another girl. And at the end of the day on Love Island, you do not want to be single. Single equals vulnerable, right? So that's just something we don't want to do. I don't think she likes Casey at all, to be honest. I think that she knows he's an easy lick and that she can easily get him to be with her. And I think it's kind of weird because her and Anaya were supposed to be good friends or whatever. And I know that's only a few days in, but still, I think that she only wants Casey for her own benefit. I don't really think she cares about him. I don't think that she would like him on the outside. That's just my personal feelings. But yeah, so the next morning, episode 4, this is what happened. She told the girls that she's planning on pulling them. They're about to have their breakfast. The boys are cooking it for them. And just a quick side note, when Sincere brings Mel her breakfast, she gives him like a kiss, and I'm like, girl, if you're that mad, why are you kissing him? You know what I mean? Because she sounds like she's like just pissed and that she's kind of done with Sincere, but she's kissing him for the breakfast. But I don't know, child, that's on her. Also, quick side note, Kenzie and Sean have been very lovey-dovey. They've been kissing a lot. I don't think they're really gonna like end up being in a couple, but just to let you guys know, they've been kissing a lot. They've been, giving each other a lot of attention. As promised, Mel pulls Casey for a chat. She makes sure she walks in front of him, and she's doing like a little stanky leg walk. Like she's making sure her butt is flapping around and shaking and all that. And Casey seems giddy. He seems very happy and excited about this chat. They have their nice little chat. Now, moving on, I want to go straight into the game because this is where things get messy. And guys, this game is like super messy, not just like literally, but figuratively, because like they get slime all over themselves. And basically with this game, how it works is they select a boy who they're not in a couple with as their office crush. They kiss the boy and make out with them. And then another thing, the girls decides like which best fits the job description. Like they read off a little card or something, and it's messy. Like the statements are messy, like who would take credit for the group project, stuff like that. Messy questions, and they pick a person, and the Islander will sit in the hot seat and get launched into pink slime. And then after that, they go into the office and get their bonus, only to find the new bombshell. Okay, and they share a kiss with the new bombshell, and then after that, they have a kiss with their current couple. Okay, so everyone takes their turns. We're going to actually go straight to Mel because this is when it gets really crazy. So Mel starts to pick Casey for her crush, and they kiss or whatever. And then the question Mel gets is, who needs to be fired? Mel kind of smiles and looks around and then says, hey, Kata, I love to slime you. And girl, if I was Kata, I'd be like, girl, if you don't shut the fuck down, bitch. I mean, that just annoyed me the way Mel said that to Kata. And Kata was already kind of like, shut the F up. And Mel was like, all love, all love. And then Kata is like, nah, I said fake love. And girl, I love that. You know what? Kata is a real B. Like, she be calling that stuff out. Like, girl, don't be trying to be my friend now, bitch, when you just put me in the damn launch chair. So I love that about Kata. Kata, at first I didn't know if I liked her. I freaking love Kata. She is real AF. So Mel, again, a woman of her word, she happily dumps Kata and the slime. As you can see, Mel is smiling, and Kata probably is like, girl, F you in her head, child. Also, really quick side note, Kenzie did her thing. Like, she was twerking everywhere. She was shaking her butt. She was doing the split on the dick. She was doing everything, and the boys loved it. Now it's Kata's turn, y'all. It is Kata's turn to make a fool out of Mel. So, Kata, she picks Sincere as her little crush. They have a really nice kiss. And of course, Mel looks pissed off. Mel looks so pissed because Kata is all over her man. And I'll be bad too, because like, you just dumped that girl, now she over your man. And I'm so glad that Kata does do tit for tat. And then Kata's card that she gets, it says, who needs promotion from their couple? And Kata picks Sincere. Okay. And in her little confessional, Kata says, don't come for me, okay, unless I send for you. Okay, I bet you she's watched Real Housewives. She didn't really say that, but she's like, just don't come for me. I'm tit for tat. And girl, period. All right. So moving on. All right, you guys. So after the game, the Islanders freshen up. They now go down to the main area, I guess. I don't know. I think they're at the fire pit. I don't really remember. But Corbin, the Love Islander bombshell, comes out. He is 6'4", age 22. Now once he comes out, he kind of tells the boys yo, I already had your girl. I already tasted her. You feel me? And then the girls and boys separate, and they get to know your boy Corbin. Corbin looks so happy. He can't stop turning his head left and right, saying he's about to break his neck because he's trying to look at all the girls. They're actually all getting along really well. And I did notice that Trinity and Kenzie, they kept saying like move back, because they couldn't really see him because Mel kept kind of like blocking the other girls from him. So then Mel actually pulls Corbin for a chat, and they go over and chat. And while Mel and Corbin are chatting, the rest of the girls there kind of are saying how it wasn't fair to Kenzie because Kenzie's the only one single, and that Bia said that I'm gonna call her out. Like, I don't like what she did. I'm gonna call her out because we don't want this to keep happening, right? So now that Mel's chat is over with Corbin, and it was a cool chat, they just did a lot of flirting, she's back with the girls. And this is the perfect opportunity for Bia to tell her how she feels. And she did. She basically said that you were being excessive, and it's not fair to Kenzie because she's the only single girl here. And then Mel, to me, she seemed like she took accountability. She's like, you know what? I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way. But then Beatrice is just trying to tell her, like, you know, it's okay. I just want you to be aware of this. And then Mel started getting a little defensive, and she's like, you know, relax. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, relax. And then B was like, girl, don't tell me to relax. Like, this is how I feel, and it's excessive, and we all feel this way, yada, yada, yada. Anaya and Trinity didn't really say much. Like, they're just kind of on the sidelines, you know? All right, you guys, here comes, like, the boiling point. And then Bia's like, just take responsibility, right? Just take responsibility. And then Mel's like, I am taking responsibility. Now, I felt like in the very beginning, Mel did take responsibility because she's like, you know what, I'm sorry. And I feel like Bia was kind of like egging it along. Like, once they say they're sorry, just kind of like leave it alone. You know what I mean? Like, she said she's sorry, let it go. But Bia kind of kept egging her on a little bit. And that's, to me, when Mel got a bit more defensive. So anyway, at that point, you know, she's like, I took responsibility. And Beatrice is like, okay. And then Mel's like, okay. And you guys, this part was like a little awkward because Mel just kind of like stared at Bia for like 10 seconds after she said okay, and it's like a little awkward. Like, I don't know if like the editors did that to make it seem that way, but it was just kind of awkward, kind of cringe. So Mel storms off and it was trying to find someone to talk to, so she goes to, of all people, Kata. And she's like, hey, I need to talk to you. Hey, and Kata's talking to Charlie, like all snuggled up, like doing her own little thing. Kata calls her like she's crazy. She's like, girl, can't you see I'm like in the middle of me chatting? And then Anaya is running after Mel to try to like calm her down. And then Anaya's like, hey, come back over to the couch. And then Mel's like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And then she's like, I need 10. I need 10. I need 10. Girl, I need 10. I need 10. And then she just kept saying that. And then the episode cut off. So that is my official review of Love Island episodes 1 through 4. I'm very excited to see what's to come. We have another episode tonight, so I'm really excited for that. So far, I think the cast, at first I felt like something was off, like the first few episodes. I'm like, something just feels off. But now I'm trying to really get into it. I'm enjoying the show. I hope there's a lot more drama to come. I think this episode that's going to drop tonight is going to show a lot of drama because this is after Mel's crash out. Or maybe she might crash out for longer. Who knows? So I'm really excited. Thank you guys all for watching and staying. And I know that time is very important. So thank you for using your time to sit down, relax, unwind, and listen to my beautiful review. Please like, subscribe, comment, share if you care. We are out of here. Bye, y'all.